a fight, putting them in against nobodies, putting them in against places other than Puerto Rico and New York. I
don't know about the stub. Why, after so many fights, you could simply follow the template. All you got to do is follow Bob's template.
How many sold out Madison Square Arenas?
Every time.
How many times has Jay-Z? I mean, they would just. Rock Nation had no idea. So bad decision, business decision on the part of marketing, good decision on the part of checks, right? Finances, what they paid him. You can't pass that up. So I understand why he did that. You got, and I also think you got to remember at this time, everyone's trying to get on the Floyd Mayweather money train, right? Everyone thinks, okay, look at Floyd's generating billions of dollars, not an M, we're talking a B. When Floyd hits money Mayweather, he's generating billions for these big wigs. Everyone wants a piece. All these, the Al Heyman, whoever the fuck he sold his story to get all those investors to give him that money. I mean, these are guys that they don't know shit about boxing, right? Or they wouldn't have bought into the whole PBC thing in the first place, because there was a lot of doubters when this thing first got started. They didn't even have to see a fight. They looked at the roster. So you had these guys that just had this idea that maybe Deontay Wilder, maybe Spence, maybe Thurman. Al Heyman had all these undefeated records he's throwing at these guys. They have no idea who they are, but if one of them's Floyd, they're all rich. That's all they're thinking about. So this time in boxing right now is a little getting hurt, really, by the success of Floyd Mayweather in his career. Yes, they're doing good financially, individually, some of these guys. The decision makes sense, but overall for the sport, no, we're absolutely hurting when it comes to the matchmaking that the American circuit isn't doing anymore. Let me tell you, people, some of our biggest numbers are coming from overseas. They're not coming here from the States anymore. Go ahead, Lee.
Which takes us to the Cotto stopper. Let's talk about our Cotto stopper here. He was 25-1 coming into the fight. Does everybody know who his one loss was to? Anyone? That's right, Jesse Vargas.
Oh, yeah. Sadam Ali?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Saddam Ali has only lost to one person, Jesse Vargas.
And it's a knockout.
Knockout.
That was the scarier thing.
By the way, again, if Jesse Vargas isn't hanging from a lampshade cord this morning,
I'm telling you.
Now, hopefully he got paid by the PBC.
And that's actually not good. Don't say that. But he's got to be a little disappointed.
He should be.
You can't say he should be hanging for.
I can say whatever I want.
Yeah,
the point of the show is to be controversial.
No, that's not right. Hey, Lee, good cop, bad cop. I can't agree with you there. But
would you be? How depressed
question,
would you be if you were Jesse Vargas this morning?
I'm rethinking my team's evaluation of my career.
Oh my gosh!
I'm actually going. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Lee, I'm waking up like, what the fuck, gentlemen? How did we not see this outcome? Like, Lee, remember I was talking about Instagram models? Remember that? This dude has been putting pictures online every day of him in slippers, fucking pink unicorns, frogs, bunnies.
You're the best.
He's got a dog. He's not taking it. See, I don't know. Maybe in Puerto Rico they don't have to wear shoes.
You're my favorite person, Andrew. You really are. Really, you are one of my favorite people. I'd be seriously rethinking it. Let me tell you what I would be. I'd be in the back of my closet, sitting on the floor, holding all my former championships, all my intercontinental belts, and all the other things.
You missed the bus, huh?
I would. Yes, I'd be crying in the fetal position,
$1 million
naked.
bus went right by, Lee. Damn.
Dude, in the fetal position on the floor of my closet, feeling sorry for myself.
People, let me tell you something. This is how bad they got this one. He might not make it out of round 2 with any of those guys I've been naming. Do you know how hurt he was in round 2?
It's ridiculous.
You're talking $3 million
Vargas,
in 6 minutes.
And here's what I do know based on this fight. Jesse Vargas would have knocked out Miguel-Cotto.
Technically, they're probably better, yes, than Sadam Ali, who was just a prospect. What, at one time,
knockout power. He has no knockout power.
And yeah, you've got to say the guys that are ranked higher would have been a little more impressive. Yes, I will agree with you. I will agree. I got to say they missed this one. They all got. I don't care that your next fights are all against guys that you're supposed to wipe out, and you're going to make $1 million anyways. That was a $3 million 6-minute fight.
No, you would have been the HBO. And the way HBO props up guys, because you heard it last night.
You're right, Lee. You're doubling down.
HBO would have propped them. HBO has a brand new. I could hear it coming out of Max's stupid mouth. Okay, tonight we're watching the birth of a champion. No, you're not.
Mikey.
You're looking at a guy who's going to literally get knocked out in his next fight.
Mikey Garcia went a shot up so high on the rankings, the pound for pound. Adrian Broner and Miguel-Cotto were your last two opponents. Do you know where he goes on the pound for pound ranking? This kid has been undefeated for a while. And Lee, you're absolutely right. The $3 million paycheck, when HBO asked you to come back, you've now made what, 4.5 at least?
He's an idiot. He's the person who should be singularly the most upset is Jesse Vargas. Everything Garcia, about what happened
Danny
last
Garcia
night.
is trying to sell sweatsuits right now online, Lee.
Right.
Trying to sell. It looks like things that you would rob a bank with, first off. But, yeah, I guess if you're into wearing Danny Garcia on your beanie, your jacket, and your pants, you would want to buy his outfit. But, yes, that's what he's trying to do right now. $3 million just went right by you. Floyd didn't teach you guys anything.
No, that's nothing. It's being made the HBO fighter that they're looking for. No, HBO so desperately needs that guy.
I know.
Could you just hear Lampley doing his just ass-sucking, tonight we're watching the birth of a champion.
The American circuit needs that guy. We're not even at HBO now.
Look, Jesse Vargas. First of all, Jesse Vargas is a good guy. He's interesting. His dad is behind him in his corner. His trainer is a lunatic.
All of them are good guys.
Perfect. He's perfect.
Yes. Spence Jr.'s perfect. He's undefeated. Garcia's perfect.
Mikey Garcia would have been, not Danny. Yeah. Danny's a dick. But Mikey,
his dad's a dick. Danny's fine. His dad's got a little
if your dad's a dick,
loose.
You're a dick.
You're so fucked up.
My dad's a dick. I'm a dick.
Oh, dang.
I'll say it. My dad's a dick. I'm a dick. It takes one to know one. I know for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. Whatchamacallit. But yeah, that was a free check. That was a free belt.
Oh,
that was a free belt last night.
Okay, and one last thing. Ray Vargas decisions over Oscar Negrete. Did you watch the co-main?
Yes, I did. Guy looks like I know I've said it before, Lee. This guy looks like a fucking Mexican Tommy Hearns, man. It is freakish. Absolute freakish. What his height is and what he weighs. Where is he at? 122? And he's 5'10 and a half. Do you know the leverage that was coming off of his shots last night? What happened, Lee, was he was in with another undefeated fighter who did not want to lose, and that guy stuck it out. He took those shots early and was able to make a little bit of a comeback late. It made the fight interesting, but never really had control, like where you thought it was actually he was going to turn it around and win the thing outright. Ray Vargas, absolute monster. I want to see this guy get him better competition, see what happens. He's undefeated. He's WBC champ, so his time's definitely coming. But, yeah, just a freakish puncher, Lee. 5'10 and a half. Come on.
You realize we did 40 minutes on Cotto? That's
the most. He deserves it.
You know what? Cotto, okay, and here's my only soft spot for Cotto. So when we started the show in 2006, there were sort of a handful of fighters that were kind of at the bottom on their way up. Cotto was one of those guys that we kind of followed all the way along.
Yeah, of course. He was raised in this. Yes, sir.
And we went to all those fights. We were, Andrew and I, some of our bondest times were bonding at live Cotto fights when they were in Las Vegas. He didn't have 25 kids then.
I was very much invested into that Margarito-Cotto one clash. Big supporter of Antonio Margarito before I knew he was cheating everybody. Very sad. Very sad.
And now his career is over. And I'm not really sad about it. I don't think he didn't recover from the Margarito situation. I don't think he reached his potential. He never became an elite fighter. Does he deserve to be in the Boxing Hall of Fame? They'll put him in anyway.
Yes, he does, but I don't think he's Trinidad. And I think Trinidad Sr. was correct when this week he came out and said he thinks Cotto benefited more from coming behind Felix than any other Puerto Rican fighter. I know Cotto got pissed off, right? He didn't want to hear that. But when you look at Miguel Cotto's career,
he's a top 20. He's a top 20 Puerto Rican fighter, easily.
Top 20 is fine. That's fine.
Still Hall of Fame worthy.
Oh no, no one's questioning the Hall of Fame, but I don't think he was. I don't think he was even Tito Trinidad, though. I really don't.
You know what? And I don't get that because I'm convinced that. And here's the thing: Trinidad was a paper champion, in my opinion.
I get. You're going to say that because he was under Don King and he didn't fight He didn't fight Whitaker until De La Hoya did.
Right.
We'll give him that. And
then once he got his first real tape, once he got to Bernard, the wheels came off the wagon.
Well, and once he got a taste of Oscar, he didn't want that one again. So I understand where you're going to say he was a paper champ, but he has some huge ones. That David Reed fight is a huge fight. David Reed's an Olympian, medaled Olympian, undefeated. He's the junior middleweight champ. He knocks Trinidad down, 3 times in that fight, I believe? Trinidad comes back to knock him out in the late rounds. I think he stopped David Reed, correct?
Yeah.
I believe he does. In the late rounds, he stops him. And if not, he wins a unanimous decision on a fight that he came back on. It's just a great fight. Anyone who didn't see the David Reed Trinidad, that's a classic. He follows that up with the loudmouth, overrated, overhyped Fernando Vargas. Look at Fernando Vargas, a fighter that clearly came off the tail end of Oscar De La Hoya's career and was literally benefiting off of De La Hoya by calling him out, by saying he was more Mexican, by being more in touch with the
being more Mexican thing was very funny.
Right? No, seriously, that's how that guy played his role. I have more balls than he said. I have more balls than Oscar. All of this. Trinidad knocks him out in a great fight. Lee, I believe in the 8th round, Vargas is leading in that fight, and Trinidad has to come back late. So Trinidad has those.
So the argument is who's the better. So is that all these two are arguing about? Which one's better between the two of them?
Trinidad Sr. basically came out and just said
Trinidad Sr. is probably trying to sell T-shirts on the streets of Puerto Rico. Because
his son is facing bankruptcy. You are right.
They spent all their
lost $40 million.
What
in
a
bad
shocking surprise!
Yeah,
being under Don King, not having a dime at the end of their career, they were getting paid with all the promises on the back end, and now there's no money. Shocking.
Yeah, one of his friends was his financial advisor, and I guess had made some really, really bad business decisions. In the around $40 million worth of bad decisions.
Sorry, I want to have more sympathy, but we won't. So you guys can all of you debate. Feel free to type in the greatest Puerto Rican boxer. Enjoy that debate. In regards to greatest middleweight champion of all time, he doesn't even make my top 20. Sorry, he doesn't. He's not.
No,
he's not. He's below Sergio Martinez. Okay.
They were both free belts. This thing has been handed over twice.
Sergio Martinez on 2 legs wins that fight.
Yeah, if you put Martinez in when he was pound for pound number 2.
Oh,
when
my God.
Floyd's
Sergio
number 1
Martinez in his
and
prime
Sergio's
is
number 2.
Unreal.
Sergio, there's not too many that don't think that the Sergio Floyd fight is 50-50 at this moment. I mean, Floyd, that's a fight he never wanted. And Martinez
and there's a reason
him
nobody wanted it. There's a reason why Chavez Jr. ducked it. Everything
Southpaw,
about him is
fast.
Bad.
Knocked out Paul Williams with one shot. Hey, people seen that. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
I agree. Again, take a quick time out here. Visit LasVegasDiscount.net. LasVegasDiscount.net for all your Las Vegas discount netting discount leads. That's terrible ad. Terrible ad. How do they even sponsor this show? Go to Las Vegas Discount Net before you go on your next Vegas trip. Save over 50%. We've documented it repeatedly on this show about how much you could save by going to Las Vegas.